Right, we are live. Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to the Kiwi Lads channel. We are back for the bronze medal final between Fiji and Australia. Now, we've just seen a game between Samoa and Great Britain go to golden point time. And there's a chance that this game could be close enough that we see that happen once again. Looking through at the Fijian lineup, it will be Tavita Dalgunu, also Bathirarenga Narani Valu. Sorry, I'm starting to mispronounce these names. I'm very excited after Golden Point in that last one. Waisia Nathuru, Jerry Tawai, Manueli Mai Samoa, and also Rasaku, the last man in that starting lineup. Then for the Australians, Nathan Lawson, Henry Patterson, Tim Clements, Maurice Longbottom, Josh Turner, Darby Lancaster, who had a pretty good game in the last matchup up against New Zealand, and Hayden Sargent, the last man in the Aussie starting lineup. But do let me know, ladies and gentlemen, who do you think will end up winning this match? Will it be the Fijians or will it be the Aussies who walk away with the victory? Should be a very good one, though. No matter what happens, we know it's going to be high scoring. We know that these two sides are going to have offloads happening flat out. And it looks like it's starting to get a little bit more overcast. Now, I believe that is because it is getting closer to nighttime in LA. Hopefully, there is going to be no bad weather for the final, as we want to see Argentina and New Zealand both free-flowing rugby there on the park. And all the way for the Fijian, says Nasal. So, yeah, a third-place finish for Fiji would be very impressive indeed. Bronze medal final is just under a minute away from starting, and it should be an absolutely awesome match. Do you think the Samoan fan get booted out, says Hanoi? Probably, unfortunately. Or it depends on what the rules are over there. Like, theoretically, you'd just put it down to he got a little bit too excited and jumped over to see his favorite player. And I hope that they just put him back in his seat and just say, don't do it again, seeing as it is Samoa's last game. But yeah, it depends. He'll either get like sat back down where he was, banned, or just told to leave today, I guess. Now, youngster running the ball onto the field. Got a big stride on him. Well, this youngster running the ball out, so he will get picked up by the Fijian side more than likely. No, actually, never mind. Puts the ball down, doing a bit of a dance in the process as well. Absolutely loving the cameras, this young man. And low years says Hanoi, but Fiji and Australia are waiting their way or waiting to make their way out onto the field, and they do so now. Fiji back into that classic white and black kit. They were wearing the blue, the dark navy in the last matchup. Australia, they've had a mixed bag of form. They lost their first game, they won their second. They lost their third, they won their fourth, they lost their fifth. So they've gone loss, win, loss, win, loss, win. No extra win, unless they win this game, that is. Whereas Fiji, they went win, 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 win. And unfortunately for them, in the semi-final, missed out against Argentina by the 3 points. And you know they'll be frustrated about that. The last thing they wanted was to lose out this early on in a competition. Ben Breakspear in charge of this matchup. Looking through at Fiji's bench, Vakunarabili Matana, Bokeyaro, also Vakadonu. Yeah, it looks like Samoa currently saluting their fans who have shown up to watch them. Absolutely awesome to see, which I believe is why this game is starting a little bit later. They don't want to take away from this special moment between Samoan fans and their team. Yeah, also off the bench, it is going to be Logan Amasi, who did have a very good game in the last match. Now, Fiji about to kick off this matchup. And we are underway, ladies and gentlemen, for the bronze medal contest. It's slapped back by the Aussies. So they will get the first touch of the ball, or will they? My Samoa gets it. And straight away, the Fijian try just found the offload straight to his teammate. He's found a number on his back now for Narani Valu. That seemed a bit quick, didn't it? How long did that one take? Like 13 seconds for the Fijians to score the first try of the contest. As my Samoa found the perfect offload to Narani Valu. He just made it look easy. Just had to run it in to get the first try. What a start, Fiji, says Hanoi. Exactly right. Dream start 40 seconds down at the moment, and they have already got themselves the 7 points on the board. Now they will be kicking off once again, the Fijians. Question of whereabouts they decide would be the best place to go. I think they'll try short again. It seemed to work not too badly last time. Might as well give it another crack. See if you can make it work twice. Now Thunul kicks it high. Just travels the 10 metres. Maurice Longbottom has a fumble. The ball almost bounced up into the favour of Fiji, but they've said there was a bit of obstruction, so Australia do get themselves the penalty and the quick tap. Now Turner goes to Longbottom. Big run from Nathan Lawson. Getting held up. Another penalty. That is for a high tackle. He's been slammed down to the turf as well. Asking for a penalty. Referee doesn't give it. Although I think he was actually asking for an extra one. A yellow card, perhaps. Now Sargent. I said only joined the Sevens circuit about 3 weeks ago. Got the call to join the side. And on debut here in LA. Now, nice work out the back line. Lancaster going for the corner. Tries to bump off the Fijian defender, but is taken down well in the tackle by Rasaku. Now, Longbottom goes across again to the right-hand side. Clements finds the pass to Patterson. He has been impressive throughout this LA Sevens. Gets his ankles taken out from underneath him. Breaks one tackle. It's going to be penalty. And that will be in favour of the Fijians again. First 2.5 minutes certainly been played at a frantic pace here for the two sides. I should mention there is just one more game happening after this one, and that will be the matchup between New Zealand and Argentina. And that will be kicking off at 2, I believe. I'm just going to quickly make sure I've got the exact time, but it is 2:28 that game will be taking place. That is not too far away at all. We'll go like that. There we go. So Dietrich Roach actually not starting this match is probably the biggest surprise for the Australians, whether or not that is due to an injury or they may just want to save him for the leg next week. Jerry Tuwai, though, throws it in nicely. Now, Patitharanga goes close to that touchline. In fact, he's gone over the touchline in the tackle. And now the USA, is he going to be all right to continue? Yep, looks like he's fine. Did stay down for a little bit, Nathan Lawson, with a bit of a hamstring issue. Those are the worst ones to get. You just want to stretch them out, but you know that you physically can't when it's cramping up. A Longbottom. Got to throw this ball in. Alguru trying to put him off. Doesn't work, though. Oh, that's going to hurt the leg even more. He's just had to be thrown up in the line out. Now, another penalty goes the way of the Australians. So even though they've had a majority of the possession, Fiji still find themselves 7-0 ahead in the early stages of this bronze medal playoff game. Decision now for the youngster Hayden Sargent. Goes off to Maurice Longbottom. Now short pass goes through the hands. Fiji say thank you very much. Rasaku's gone. You cannot make mistakes against the Fijians because they will make you pay every day of the week. Rasaku celebrates, and Fiji now 12-0 up. Go Fiji, says Viniana there. But a gifted try. Australia, they wanted to go for the wide cutout pass. Maurice Longbottom, that went straight through the hands of Henry Patterson. I don't know how that hasn't hit something for him, but went straight through. And Rasaku makes the most of it. Gets himself the try. Now, I should mention this is not the same Rasaku that we are used to seeing. Normally we see Kiminelli Rasaku, but he is not there. Instead, it is Rokua Rasaku. Kick goes over. 14-0 now to Fiji. And more Fiji, more says Viniana. His debut tournament. Gets himself 3 tries so far. Pretty decent start. 1 minute 40 left in this first half now. Nathungu puts the ball high, just getting at the 10 metres. Once again, retained by Fiji. Somewhere where they've been extremely strong throughout this match is getting that ball straight back, stopping the Australians from building up that possible comeback. Now Nathungu skips into the challenge. Quick stepping from Rasaku again. Offloads off his back. Jerry Tuwai goes to Manueli Mai Samoa. To the left they go again. Dalgunu, inside ball. Great run here from Buffy the Ringer. Doesn't get tackled. Still going. Put it into touch though. Unfortunately, walking the tightrope didn't quite work out for him. Ended up drifting too far to the left. And does go into touch. But he was very handy with the ball in hand. There it was. That touch. Yep, about 4 steps into touch there actually for him. It didn't look as good from the angle we just saw. And what time is the final? It has taken place at 2:28 p.m. So we are currently sitting about 22 minutes away from it starting up. Again, nice pass off to Clements. Great step, went in and out. And now looking for the finish. He might have to go himself. Nathungu tries to make the tackle, almost misses it. Now Jerry Tawai gets on the ball, clean turnover, great work from the Fijian veteran. Another step, Nathungu finds the offload to Jerry Tuwai. He may not quite have the pace that he used to, but he's still got pretty handy game, although this time has ended up knocking the ball on. 10 seconds left of this first half. Not a lot of time at all, but plenty of time for Australia to try and find their way back into the contest. Yeah, that final will be between New Zealand and Argentina. Should be an absolutely awesome game because both of those sides had some decent form, but they have also both suffered a loss throughout this competition. Looking forward to the final. Cheering for New Zealand, says Viniana there as well. Now we just wait for the scrum, and then I believe Australia, rather than kicking this ball into touch, they will have to go for the attack. There's not really too many other options at this point. They need multiple tries to win this game. I just had the realization I've actually been up for 13 hours. It's only 2 p.m. Interesting. Australia currently sitting in 8th on the standings, whereas the Fijians, they are sitting in 5th. So a little bit higher up, but every point is crucial, and a 3rd place also looks pretty good on the resume. Now Lancaster going for the corner. Great low tackle made. Close to that touchline. Gonzalez not playing in this game, but he would certainly have been a handy player. Same with Henry Hutchinson. Who else are they missing? Corey Toole, they're no longer going to have him. Of course, he signed for the Brumbies. Throwing that one back, Fiji. I think they might just kick this one into touch. No, Manueli Mai Samoa wants to keep it alive. This is a very risky tactic from Fiji. Nice inside ball. In fact, he doesn't end up giving it away. Now it is a knock on or a forward pass, they've called it, in fact. So it will now be halftime. 14-0 at the moment for the Fijians. Good start to the match, but they do need to make sure that they finish it just as well as they began, which included getting that try in the first about 15 seconds of the game with Norani Valu doing extremely well. I see Loganamasi also warming up, so he might get a chance near the end of this matchup to go out there. Vakunara Billy as well. And the other 3 off the bench, Bukayaro, Wakadanu, and Jeremiah Matana. So Australia, they've visited the opposition 22 twice, but they have not actually been able to get over the line. Whereas the Fijians, they've visited twice and they've scored both occasions. Tackles, missed tackles so far. We have seen 6 missed by the Australians. That is a kind of number that could end up costing you in a game scenario. Definitely in a big match. 6 missed tackles, that's 6 times that the Fijians have been able to break through. Pretty stock standard against the Fijians, though, because they will break tackles for fun. And go Fiji, go. There's Thomas. Now, second half, just about upon us. So I should mention the next game that we are covering is at 2:28. We will be starting at 2:25 for that game. And that is the matchup taking place between New Zealand and Argentina. Do you reckon Fiji can finish this game with the nil? It's interesting because a lot of the one-sided fixtures in this competition have actually ended with the team with nil scoring at the last moment. Thinking through to when Samoa were able to beat South Africa 45 points to 5, the last minute try. Fiji 28 points to 0 until South Africa got themselves that last minute try. So I think Australia have got one try in them at least. But I also believe Fiji have got another one or two in them. So should be an entertaining second half. In fact, I'm just going to have a very quick look at the standings. Have we had a game end to nil? We've had Fiji beat Japan 50-0. Uruguay were beaten by Ireland 7-0. South Africa beat Canada to nil. Ireland beat Canada to nil. Other than that, though, ever since the playoff game started, we haven't actually had a game with a side finishing with 0 points on the board. It's a stat to look out for. I want Argentina to win because I think if New Zealand win, no one else will be able to catch them for the overall series winners. I agree with you. I'm from New Zealand. Don't tell anyone. But I think it would benefit the Seven Circuit more if Argentina take it out. But we can't say that I said that on the actual live stream. And how did Samoa thrash the box? That's a huge score. Yeah, 45 points to 5 was insane. And they just looked like they were playing on another level. South Africa probably lucky to get that one try in the end. Now Lawson sees that kick after it went in behind from the Fijians. Inside ball, no one there other than, you'll guess it, a flying Fijian. And they get the ball back. Nathungu. In fact, it is not going to be him this time. It was Dalgunu, my Samoa through. It's been due a try. Boxer 2 robotic on attack, says Thomas Neal. I think it was just as well. They just couldn't get the ball. Samoa weren't giving it up. They were winning it off kickoff as well, which was hurting them. Fijian waiting a little bit longer and puts the ball down now. The try for Fiji. They now move to 19 points to nil, and that will become 21 in a very short moment after a successful conversion, which I assume is just around the corner. My Samoa just steps. Wasn't really anything too fancy at all. Just a right foot step to the left, and the defenders just drifted too far across, left the gap, and my Samoa, with his pace, hands it off to his teammate as well. First try ever for Orauto Vakadanu. So that is a pretty nice moment from Manueli my Samoa to give it to one of his teammates. It's going to be converted though. And first try for Vakadranu on debut. Now, it says Vakadranu there, but on the World Sevens Series website, it says Vakadanu. So does it have an R at the end? Does anyone know what this fella's proper name is? Let me know if you do. Patterson, well taken. The offload to Lawson. Now Turner. Australia slowly trying to find a try. And this match he gifted the try to his mate Lowell, says Hanoi. It just shows that there are a lot of unselfish players in this Fijian side, and they are willing to play as a team. They're a pack of brothers. That's a beautiful pass from Australia. Here he goes. Tim Clements, good speed. Tackled well by, I believe it was Bukayaro. Yes, it was. Maurice Longbottom. Debatably forward again, but I think it might have just gone backwards. Henry Patterson. Tackled well. Penalty goes the way of Australia for a push. Longbottom snipes around the side and will get the first try of the match for the Australians. That will once again mean that there is a 0-0 coming up, and 10-1 Quadzilla, says Hanoi. Yeah, I did hear them saying about Quadzilla, didn't they? Just a little bit ago. They haven't bought Vakunarabili on the field. Probably got the biggest quads out of anyone out there on the field, I would say, once he makes his way out. It's because he's a big bloke. Best way of describing him. Now, the kick from long bottom hits the crossbar and bounces away. So that will now make this score 5 points to 21. There's a random blimp flying around. Is that a normal thing in the US, just random blimps going past? I don't know if I've ever seen a blimp here in New Zealand. Or even a hot air balloon. We used to have to make those ones at school that you'd have like the sheets of tissue paper and you had to try and make it float a little bit. Nothing to the extent of a blimp. Now Longbottom goes out wide. Henry Patterson, nice step. They've said next try needs to be for Australia if they want a chance in this contest. Turner offloads it now to a Dietrich Roach, a player who can certainly change a game around. Trey Williams, nice work from him. Long bottom goes back across. It seems like Australia at the moment just don't have any ideas for how they want to attack against this Fijian side. They've gone back about 30 meters now. But now Dietrich Roach starts to carve up. Nice ball to Dunbar, running sideways again. Clock slowly ticking down. Trey Williams. Nice carry from him. Tackled well. Penalty goes the way of the Australians for the Fijian player just flopping over the top. That was the Kurabili. Now to the left-hand side as well. Go Fiji, go, says Josiah. Scoreboard, it is yet to update, but I can't actually control it. There we go. It's just decided to. Now Josh Turner, they'll go back across. Stuart Dunbar saying, can we please get this one going, please, referee? 100 seconds left. Good step. Big wide pass to Dietrich Roach. Through he goes. Right, that is one try that the Australians will be needing. They still need another 2. And because that first kick missed, it's actually going to cost them dearly if they do end up scoring another converted try, because that would have put them to exactly what they needed to be drawn. I mentioned before this game that, if it went to golden point, it'd be very entertaining, and there's a chance that it could have, but the way that the scoreboard sits now, I believe it's very unlikely unless Fiji score another try and then Australia score 2, including one that's converted. Now, Maurice long bottom again. Kicks off to the right-hand side. Well taken by the Kurabili. Breaking through the challenge. Great tackle made there from Dunbar. Another tackle from Maurice Longbottom. Now, back across for Vakadanu. Oh, Bukayaro had a slip and slide there, and it's a drop ball from Fiji. Go Aussie, says Mr. Loom. And Big Fijian says Anoya. Fiji, says Viniana there as well. Great take from Vakarabili. And that is a very good tackle made by, it would have been the replacement Stu Dunbar. In fact, it might have actually even been Trey Williams. Big stretch. I've been sitting on this chair, I believe, about 30 hours this week in commentating sports. So it's starting to get a little bit uncomfy, but I have to get a bigger cushion for it next week because we're doing the same thing. And be sure to hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Here comes Lancaster, looking down the wing, trying to get Australia another possible point here. Make the scoreboard look a little bit better. Now Turner goes across to Dunbar. Back into the middle of the field. Maurice Longbottom has to duck under one challenge, so the advantage is in favour of the Aussies. Turner again. Off to the left. Is there an option here? Looks like it's going to be Delhi Bird. Different name there. Only 20 years old. You need a bit of gaming chair, says Thomas Neal. And can you do it lying down or put green screen on the floor? Says Anoya. I mean, it's possible, but it might look a bit weird, me lying flat on top of my green screen. That's a great shot from Vakurabili. But to the Aussies' credit, he got back up to his feet. And now they still think there's a chance. Wide pass goes to Delhi Bird, slips again. I need to stop looking at that light. Every time I slightly look down, I end up yawning because of that light. Dietrich Roach going now off to the left-hand side. Another wide pass. And now Nathan Lawson, he will get the last try of the contest. And that will make it a little bit closer. It could end up being 21 points to 19. And that will make Australia quite annoyed they weren't able to get that first initial kick. Good fight back from Australia. I thought Fiji was going to run away with it, says Thomas Neal. Yeah, they've done well to get it back to the point that they have here, Australia. Now, if they were able to do that, let's say a minute earlier, they still had a chance of possibly winning the contest. But now, the way that it sits, they cannot. And that's a good kick as well from Maurice Longbottom. So the bronze medal will be going to Fiji. And then the fourth place medal / the fourth place position. They don't have medals for fourth. It is going to be the Aussies to get that one in. Plus, early try for the Fijis cost Aussie badly. True. Very true. And that little, which one was it? There was one that was a really bad mistake. The long cutout pass from Maurice Longbottom just ended up gifting the ball to the Fijians. But what we will do now is we are about to pop over to our next live stream, which is Argentina versus New Zealand. Anyone who is new to the channel, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. We've got plenty more coming in the near future. But thank you all very much for tuning in. I will see you all for the next one.